Hello and welcome back to New Hope. Now, in the time lapse there, we've created this nice big field, and obviously I have everything on. So I have stones here that need to be picked up. So I've been trolling around the mod sites actually for quite a while. Let's just see how we are here. Required materials for the next step, over 1,000 litres. Oh bloody hell. Right, that is going to be the middle of the night before we have that ready. Which is okay because obviously we have this to work through. So, a few of the things that I've looked at. This is a mod, for start off. The International Harvester. It's the 55. And did a really good job. Unsupported for tyre wear. That's fine, so that means I'm never going to have a problem with the tyres. Lovely. Dirt, 100%. Not surprised. This, I think, is base game. So we're going to have to, but before we cultivate, but I've just realised as well, we didn't need to get this. Because if we're going to be stone picking, then the stone picker will cultivate at the same time, or gives you the cultivated texture and the cultivated field state. So but we don't plough every time. It's periodic ploughing, so it's after every 3 harvests, so we won't always be getting fieldstone. Now for the stone pickers, what I've done, I've trolled around the mod sites, because we normally just have this one rather, this Elho, which is 56 grand. So I had a look, and I've got some of these. I've had these for a long time, and they're great. I mean, this one's just insane. It's great for just having a bit of fun. You can put it 26.4 meter width, and it will hold 500,000 cubic meters, 500,000 litres of stone. The lizard colossuses, which are again just a bit of fun, but these are the ones that I've looked at. They're pretty much both the same, which I didn't realise at the time. So I'm not really all that fussed which one we go for. Do my usual, and that. Now this one, I can't change the colour. This one, can't change the colour. So we'll go for this one. We'll have it in red. None of that costs anything, so we'll hire purchase it. Actually, if we increase what we pay as a deposit, it'll reduce our interest. There we go. I'm down to 4% interest, 3.5% interest. We'll do it that way. Put 20% down payment. So we're paying £1,000 a month for a year. That's fine. Now, one thing I have discovered with this map is that the workers, when you created a field like I have here, the native workers from the game struggle with actually detecting the fields. So, that's a bit rough, that. So that's a bit of a problem, because I have other things that I want to be doing while the stone picking is happening, while the cultivating is happening. So as I said in the last episode, I've got Autodrive and I've got Courseplay. Now Autodrive is great because you can set point to point, you can set loops, you can set an entire traffic grid. Courseplay is really good for field work, and they work together. Now, I'll be setting up Courseplay on that field to make sure we get on with other work while it's being stone picked, and then while it's being cultivated. Well, no, it won't be cultivated this time. It'll just be stone picked because it will do the cultivation for us. Here it is. This is going to take a while, this stone picker. So I did say we would be doing some farming, and we will be, but it'll be slightly different farming to what you may expect. Now I haven't actually tested this or tried it. So this actually runs directly behind the tractor, so that's actually really good. Courseplay should have absolutely no problem with this. And then the farming we're likely to be doing in this episode is vegetable, but not field vegetable. Again, I've had a little run around and I've found some nice greenhouses. So I'll be setting those up. I've found apple trees. So we'll be setting up an apple production. And in fact, while I'm actually looking at the screen here, can anybody please tell me, for the love of God, how do I get rid of that icon on the screen? The tractor with an eye. I think it comes from Courseplay, but for some reason that is one bit that just will not come off the screen. So if anybody can tell me what the hell I have to do to get rid of it, please do let me know. But back to what I was saying. What was I saying? Yeah, so we're going to be doing... Set this up. We'll set this up now. Yeah, we're going to be doing a bit of vegetable, bit of apple. Set the field position. And generate the course. Generate the course, thank you. My God. This is actually a bit bigger field than I at first realised. Yeah. But, you know, it will come in very handy for us. So I'm just going to jump out of the tractor and let my worker get on with what I'm paying them to do. Yep, it's already picking them up, so that's all good. In fact, hold on a second. I'm back. Given a work width of 1.6. No, that's not right. No, that is not right. That is... Let me just check this. Yeah, let's not forget we have to. I don't know why it does that either. Very strange. There it is. Oh, good God. I thought it was 3.8. It is one. Oh, my Lord. Right. Okay. So, yeah. Whoops. Right. So he's going to be doing that for an hour. Well, the video isn't going to be an hour long. So he'll still be working on that at the end of the video. Obviously, this is not going to be ready. Oh, good couple of episodes, I should think. Now, let's crack on. So I've had a little play. I opened up another instance of this map. So the first thing we need, and I've done some. It's why I love precision farming, because I'm very sort of facts and figures type person. I already know this is going to make us money. So we'll toggle snapping. Right. So we're going to plonk this here. Is that correct? Yep, that's in line. Another reason why I love the enhanced vehicle is it meant this field is a lovely square, apart from there, where I boobed. And I think there's somewhere down here where I boobed as well. Oh dear Lord. Maybe I should have rented one. And then, no, we don't want farmhouses. We want greenhouses. Come here, greenhouse. So these are the apple trees. We'll be dealing with those shortly. And for 18,000 and a penny, we can buy a boosted greenhouse. So it's the same as always, you know, it's multiple crops. So we've got chilies, we've got tomatoes, we've got lettuce, we've got strawberries, spring onions or scallions, snapper cabbage and garlic. And we're going to be doing the whole lot because they will all sell, and even at the worst price, I'm going to make money. At the worst price, not a lot, about $5,000 in a month. And the beauty is, when I tested this out, you see it's actually come up 18,001 because there was no landscaping needed. I managed to find a spot here which is completely flat. We've left ourselves enough room here to get our pallet trailer and whatnot round. So we're all good. So we're going to be transporting water from here over to there. How are we going to do that? As that is now running around for the next in-game 3 or 4 hours. But again, like I said, it makes it cultivated. So then we can plant straight onto there, or seed. Now, at the bottom right there, we've got moisture. This is to do with the realistic weather. So when it rains, the moisture will go up. When it's dry for a long spell, the moisture will go down. I'll get out of the way so I don't have to shout over the top of the tractor. And every part of the field is a little bit different in its moisture retention. It's brilliant. I love that mod. Unfortunately, with the hardcore mod, the realistic animals, for some reason, crashes the game. I don't know why. I've seen other videos where people have used the hardcore mod with realistic animals. I don't know what's going on with that, but it is what it is. So I looked around again on the mod sites. Well, mod sites, mod hub, just the one. It's generally where I go to. I might get the odd bit, but because your normal barrels, your smallest one is like this. And yeah, it's great, but to use it with other things, it's going to be expensive. I'm trying to do this cheap. You know, we're starting out. We're pretty much skint. What do we do? Well, we get one of these. A self-made water tank, which has a 3-point linkage and can take 1,000 litres of water at a time. It's 750 quid. Are we really going to hire purchase this? No, we're not. We're just going to buy it. Because I've got, you know, there's many different types. I tried the Gator. Now, the reason the Gator works, the Abbey works, all of them work. But the Gator doesn't work with Autodrive. Because essentially what I want to do eventually is have a small Autodrive course going between the water fill point and the greenhouse, where it will just loop. It'll pick up some water fill, drop at the greenhouse and go round. And again, I've done all the facts and figures on this because that's sort of my thing. I am that dull. And it works and I make money because the wages are not extortionate. I haven't changed the wages, by the way, on Courseplay and Autodrive. They're still at 100%. So I went to Mod Hub and I got all these lovely tractors, all small tractors. I only tested one and it worked perfectly fine. And it's this one. I'm going to put that and that on. This one we can change, and this is possibly my favourite colour. It came from this one, the Cotter Green. I just made it metallic. Now, to me, that just screams of being British racing green, which I love. That's the only couple of bits I've done on the tractor. Just put that grid on it, put a front weight on it, which, I mean, the front weight, it only adds about 100 kilos. But every little helps because on the back of this poor sod, we're putting that tank. And that tank is going to, when it's full, is going to weigh over a ton. So every little helps with the poor sod. This one, 6 grand. We will hire purchase it. But we'll probably put a 50% down payment on it. Shame we can't do it over like 6 months. So we're going to buy that. And that's really not going to stretch our debt. One thing I did make a mistake on there. I didn't take off the plate. Oh well. Right, see you at the shop, because I've got to run there now. Okay, that didn't take too long. As part of the power tools, I actually have a very fast run. Take that off. Right, so this is our little lizard, which is going to be our watering tank. Going to be our little watering tanker. Now, one thing I am thinking we'll do after the debacle with the tree harvester, I'm going to zoom right out of that, otherwise it's a bit too loud. So after the debacle with the tree harvester, what I'm going to be doing, yeah, there we are. That's to do with the enhanced vehicle. I don't know what it's saying about hydraulic components, but anyway. Yeah, so after the debacle of the tree harvesting, of renting the harvester, we still made money from it, but it didn't go so well. So what I'm going to do is I am going to rent another one. I'll do that probably in the time lapse for episode 4. We're going to take down a lot more trees in the area by our temporary housing when it eventually gets built. And yeah, that will then become our yard. So we'll concrete that, we'll remove all the stumps, flatten it down. It'll be lovely. And I'll also be widening this area where the electric poles go through, so we've actually got a proper track. Now I have the mod to allow you to terraform, landscape, paint wherever you want. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be having a go. I'm not very good, I'm the first to say it. In fact, I'm crap at drawing out the roads and things, but I believe there is a mod that gives you those. But I'd rather be doing it just in mud essentially, because that way it's free. So we'll be doing that, so as we can actually have a proper track coming down past these poles, probably skipping through one of them to get to the entrance to like the sawmill and the sell points. So I'll be back soon. I'm just going to go fill this up and put enough water into the greenhouse to support the productions for one day. I'm going to put a bit of lighting on the subject. What the hell are they? Now, where are we? Yeah. I've now got to try and choose lights that aren't silly expensive, don't look totally out of place. I mean, that looks okay, doesn't it? I'm thinking maybe one here, so we've got some. Oh dear, overlaps with another object. Okay, we can fix that. There we are. Set that a little ways back, otherwise it is going to, I just know, even though it doesn't show it, you just know, don't you? Maybe one there. And now I've got just, oh Lord, I should have taken a more wide weeping go with that. But where's the door is there. I think we'll be okay putting one here. Okay. He's actually making really good progress, that fella. The rest of the lighting around the house for the front, I shall do that when we are completed. But at the moment, you know, we've got a bit of light, which is what we need. Set one up there, so we've got a bit of light. See, they're not expensive. They're only a few £100s. I wish lights like this were a few £100s in the real world. So yeah, I think that'll be fine. That means we've got a bit of light around here, so that helps. Got plenty of light around our greenhouse. The poor mad worker runs me over, yes. Okay, I thought that was a handle you could do something with. Apparently not. Okay, so let's go in the greenhouse. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. I didn't realise it was so low. Okay, we'll close the door and we'll manage the production. And of course we'll save. Now we do have the option here of it actually watering itself. I prefer not to do that because that feels a little cheaty. Although this isn't exactly legit itself. I mean, we're going to produce a hell of a lot of these items. But there we go. They're all going. So we now have great joy and fun. And as I say, the worker will not... Oh, look at that. They're already growing. Isn't that lovely? The worker will not cost us a lot of money for doing this. Now I need to just figure out... I can't remember my own route. Okay, so we can put apple trees, which for some reason are in greenhouses, not in with like the olives and the grapes and the rice. A bit strange, but hey ho. So we've got a single apple tree for 1,000, or a set of 4 apple trees for 4,000. Now I've got to... Oh God, I'm trying to do this in the pitch bloody dark. It's not fun. I think... I'm not even sure... Ah, there we are. So if we set it up that way. Yeah, that's my OCD coming into bear. And I think we're going to pop in a couple of them. Why not? This is the water fill here and here. They are, where do they come out? Here. So we have pallets here and we'll have pallets here. We're not going to set them off yet because our worker has another 19 runs of this to do. Although with 12,000 water, we will produce, I mean, that's enough to do 2 pallets of each, which at the worst price will give us £16,500. So do you know what? I think we'll let them do their last bit, and then we're going to, well, you know, they're only a day worker. Thank you very much for your help. Okay, so productions. Oh, productions, where are they? There we are. Where art thou? Now, we can have 640 water to make 640 litres of apples. Or we can use 240 water and 50 manure. The only problem is we don't have a trailer yet. So we have to do it using this. So we will activate. Because apples will get us... Where are apples? There we are. Will get us... best price, nearly £700. We'll have some apples anyway. October is the worst price, and even then it's £540 for 1,000 litres. So let's go and fill it up, and I'll be back very shortly. Okay, we'll just get this last pallet, well, this last IBC of water dropped off. I'm only going to give them 2,000 litres each. So if we go back to productions, oh good lord, okay. They really do. They sprint along, don't they? So that'll give us, yeah, it'll give us 2,000 litres of apples. A couple of grand. I'm okay with that. These are working away swimmingly. These all come out as 2,000 litre pallets, by the way. So we won't see them for a while. I know I did say we would have more farming in this, and we have, to be fair. Let's be honest. Just it's more setting up at the moment. Oh, hello. What do we have here? Well, I do believe we have walls. All we've got at the moment. We still do have an open roof. That, I assume, will be the next thing they'll be doing, is the roof, followed by we need stairs and whatnot. But yeah, we're now at 20 past 8 in the evening. So I would think that should be put together by about midnight, which is handy. So we'll be able to get some sleep. And this fella here, same fella. Yep, it's a dude. Is very nearly halfway through doing this for us, so that's very nice. Although, why they need to go that far up, I don't know. But, you know, fair enough. Now, this should be ready to start seeding. Get out the way of that. We'll go to a nice quiet contemplation area. Our apples. So, okay, let's just have a look at what we can plant. So I reckon we'll be planting next month, which is September. We've got barley, we've got canola, and we have wheat. So we actually have a good choice of cereal crops. So we've got barley, canola, and wheat. Now the problem lies... Barley is January, canola is December, and wheat is January. So we plant it in September. We'll be harvesting them. Barley in June, canola in July, and wheat in July. So then they've got to sit there for 2, 3, 4, 5 months, 6 months maybe, depending on what we do. That's a long time to have a trailer out of action. So I will need a silo. So that will be the next thing to look for. I shall do that in between episodes. Obviously we've got plenty of time for our fellow here to collect all the stones. But you know, I keep pressing tab. I really do. I keep pressing it. Let's see how many stones we've got. 109 litres. Oh dear Lord. That's all that has come out. So I'm going to leave the episode here. While I'm off camera, I'll be putting in a time lapse as I do now. So as you can see that at the beginning of the next episode, we're going to be renting the larger tree harvester. And we're going to go a little bit mad. Because we're going to do the whole bloody lot. Or I'm going to try to anyway. I'm going to do as much as I can before I go completely insane. Which admittedly some people who know me would say happened years ago. But obviously big trees like this we couldn't take with the little harvester. So we're going to need the big boy. And it's not going to be much fun doing that in the dark. So, and we'll also have, this should be finished by the time I've taken all those trees down. We should start seeing pallets here. And oh god, we're already getting pallets here. That's 1,000 litres of apples. That's £500 worth of apples. So, I also checked up on apples. Because I don't really know apples. I don't know my apples. Your general harvest time is between August and October. Well, that... Oh dear, saving again. Where are we? Where are we? Where are you? So that tracks October lowest price. As we all know, the lowest price is always generally at the harvest time. Best price is in February. That makes sense as well, because you grow them through March to October. So November, December, January and February, we won't be growing. So I will turn the production off when we move out of October into November and turn it back on again when we come out of February going into March. So then it's realistic. Then we will look at apple juice, which is right there underneath, which will net us a hell of a lot of money. £1,800 1,000 litres in February. So there we have kind of a plan. Dear God, I'm actually planning things. Jesus. Okay, so we're basically going to hope for some good pallatage from there, some good pallatage from there. And yes, that ready to sow, and those trees will have come down. So I hope you can join me for that. In the meantime, hope you've enjoyed this one, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye bye.